Hello, my name is Oduka Olukade and this is my IT235 7.3 final project for the Ensign Student Success Center. For this project, I built and configured a Windows Server environment designed to support the Ensign Student Success Center. I created an Active Directory domain. I organized users and resources. I created shared folders and files. I configured permissions and implemented group policies for security and standardization. In this demonstration, I will show the completed environment and explain how the different components work together. Thank you. I am currently logged in using the center management account. The staff desktop has been standardized with the Ensign College logo. This provides a consistent working environment for the staff and demonstrates how group policy can be used to standardize computers across an organization. As you can see, Microsoft Edge automatically opens the Ensign College Information Technology page. This satisfies the requirement that the default browser open to the Ensign IT website. I can also verify that the browser configuration is actually being applied to opening the Microsoft Edge policy page. Here I can see the restore on startup and restore on startup URLs policies. The required college information technology URL is also displayed. Here is it: https www.ensign.edu information technology. This confirms that the browser homepage is not just a browser setting, it is being enforced through group policy. I will demonstrate the shared documents created for the Student Success Center. This is the advising documents folder, and it contains the required final advising test file. This resources is designed for the student advisors and the center manager so that they can work with advising documents. This is the admin reports folder. Which contains the required final admin reports test file. And here is the test file shown here. This folder is designed for administrative information and is intended to be restricted to the center manager. The share folders were configured with different access requirements. The advising documents folder allows the student advisors and center manager to read and write documents. The admin reports folder is restricted to the center manager to read and write access. This demonstrates the principle of least privilege, where users receive access based on what they need to perform their responsibilities. The server environment was built around the ensignsuccess.com Active Directory domain. I created the organizational structure needed for the Student Success Center and created the required staff accounts: one center manager, 5 students advisors, and an additional domain administrator. Active Directory provides centralized management, allowing users, computers, security settings, and resources to be organized and managed from one environment. Security was also an important part of this project. I configured a strong password policy requiring a minimum of 12 characters and password complexity. This helps protect user accounts from weak password and demonstrates how group policy can be used to enforce security requirements consistently across an organization. I also used group policy to standardize the environment. User policies can control settings that follow the user, such as browser settings, while computer policy can control settings applied to the computer itself, such as the standardized desktop background. Using policy makes the environment easier to manage because an administrator can enforce settings centrally instead of configuring every computer individually. One of the most valuable parts of this project was troubleshooting. Not everything worked correctly the first time. I had to investigate problems involving Active Directory, group policy, permissions, the browser policy, and remote access. One example was the Microsoft Edge startup policy. Initially, the policy was not appearing as expected. I had to investigate the group policy configuration and make sure the correct policy was actually being applied. After correcting the configuration, Edge automatically opened the required and signed college information technology page. This taught me that troubleshooting requires patience and a systematic approach. Instead of assuming that something is broken, I learned to check the configuration, verify the policy, and then test the actual results. And this final project brought together many of the skills I have learned throughout IT235 and my previous coursework. Active Directory connected to Windows server administration and user management. The share folder and permissions connected to access control and security. Group policies connected to centralized administration and system standardization. Networking and cloud concepts were also important because the server environment was created as a virtual machine in AWS. Instead of seeing this topic as separate technical skills, this project helped me understand how they work together to create a functional IT environment. This project also gave me an opportunity to connect my technical learning with my field. Building the environment required me to bring organization to something that started as an empty virtual machine. I had to create structure, establish rules, organize users and resources, and protect the environment. I also learned that the technical growth requires patience and persistence. When I encountered problems, I had to keep working through them instead of giving up. This experience reminded me that becoming a good IT professional is not only about technical knowledge. It also requires responsibility, discipline, patience, and a willingness to serve others. And what I learned so far, I learned that one of my strengths is persistence. There were several moments when I could have become frustrated and dropped, but I continued troubleshooting until I understood what was happening. I also discovered that I need to become more systematic when troubleshooting. Instead of changing several settings at once, I learned that it is better to change one setting, test it, and then move to the next step. This will influence how I approach future IT projects. I want to become more organized in my troubleshooting process and continue developing my technical knowledge. The result of this project is an organized and secure server environment that could support the operations of the Ensign Student Success Center. The environment provides centralized users management, control access to documents, standardized computer settings, browser configuration, and stronger account security. These are the same principles that are important in real-world system administration and cybersecurity. And in conclusion, this project gave me practical experience building and managing a Windows Server environment. I learned how Active Directory, users, organizational structures, file permissions, group policies, security policies, and cloud-based virtual machine works together. The biggest lesson I am taking from this project is that good system administration is not simply about making something work. It is about creating an environment that is organized, secure, manageable, and useful to the people who depend on it. This project has increased my confidence in my ability to continue learning and working in the IT and cybersecurity field. Thank you for watching my IT235 final project demonstration. May God bless you.